Good morning. We'll call the personnel meeting to order. Okay. First items on the agenda are staffing. And let's see, there's Danielle. Okay. Alternative sentencing youth program specialist backfill and an alternative sentencing program assistant backfill. What do you got, Danielle?
Yes, we have first the backfill for program specialist. It's due to a resignation back in 2019. Actually, he just didn't need it until now because of COVID. The rate of pay would be $40,504.59.
Okay, I entertain a motion to backfill that.
So moved.
Moved by Dave, second by Don. I think this was vetted all through HHS or public safety.
It was in his committee, I believe.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, alternative sentencing program assistant.
This is also a backfill due to a promotion. It's kind of the bump up from what we just approved. The backfill for it would be the rate of pay of $32,794.65.
Brian, is this the position that Mike Gray was talking to us about? It's going to be funded
I think so.
with the grant, where actually by making this shift with the grant money, we're actually going to come out ahead?
That was his claim, yes.
Sue, did he explain this in your committee? I think he did, right? On how he was rearranging this here, and through the grant money, we're actually going to come out ahead financially, right? Yes, okay, she's nodding her head, yes. All right, I'll entertain a motion for that backfill. Don, seconded by Brian. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, buildings and grounds. Word has it, looking out the window, that spring and summer's coming and we need to backfill all these positions. So start at the top, Danielle, and let her rip.
Okay, so we have Hewlett's Park backfills of the lifeguard laborer positions. They do have 7 positions there for the Hewlett's Park. The pay is $14.22 an hour.
Debbie, is there any reason we couldn't sort of do these in a group instead of individually, or?
No, you can do them as a group.
Okay, keep going. We're gonna go through the whole list if you wouldn't mind, Danielle.
Okay, and then again, it's the Lake Lauderdale backfills for their lifeguard laborers. Same rate of pay, $14.22 an hour, and it is their seasonal position. They do have 8 positions there. Next is Hewlett's Park, their senior lifeguards. They have 2 there. Rate of pay is $15.42 an hour. And Lake Lauderdale has senior lifeguards as well, 2 there, $15.42 an hour as well. And the last position is the park manager, which covers both parks. There's only 1. The rate of pay for the seasonal position is $11,343.
Okay, and these are
that's
standard
it for
backfills.
them.
Yeah, same positions we have every year, correct?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Motion by Jim, second by Sue. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
I just have a question.
Go ahead, Paul.
Could Matt put out a email to us that they're ready to take applications and where to send them or who to call?
How do we handle that, Danielle? How do you advertise for those positions?
For the most part, there's a lot of returning people. Most of them they reach out to first. If they need any other positions filled, they'll talk to us. Paul, I can let you know if there's any vacancies, if
Okay.
that's what you'd like. And
Yeah, that's what I'd like.
And just
I
let
don't
you
know.
know. Yeah.
I didn't know if the last people are still interested. I just want to make sure, because I put it on the Dresden website that, they're taking applications. That's all.
Yeah. Mainly, I'm gonna let them know that we had approval for backfill, and then we'll go from there. But I can keep you posted.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Danielle, DPW?
Yep, we have a highway worker 2 backfill. Due to a termination, the rate of pay is $19.53 an hour.
Okay, and this came through DPW committee. Got a move by Jay, seconded by Dave. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Seasonal?
Okay, and yep, they have their 12 seasonal positions for highway worker 1. The rate of pay is $17.77 an hour.
Moved by Jay, seconded by Dave. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, so we've had a little change in the personnel civil service office. So Danielle, you want to talk to us about how you want to not reorganize the office, but what you're thinking about from a staffing pattern change?
Okay, so what I'm looking to do is backfill the civil service technician position with actually an account clerk now. I did have senior account clerk and account clerk on there, but I'm actually looking for an account clerk to fill that position instead. The rate of pay would be $16.68 an hour. And again, it's due to the vacancy of the civil service technician.
So you were the civil service technician, you're now the personnel director, so there's an opening there. After looking through your office, you feel this is the best fit to backfill that and remove the civil service technician from the staffing pattern and add an account clerk to the staffing pattern.
Yes.
Okay. Dave, are you moving that?
I moved that.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Second by Don. Any questions for Danielle? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next, exam proctors.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about this position. We currently have 6 exam proctors that help us out with our civil service exams. I'm looking to add 2 more just bodies, 2 more people that we can reach out to cover our exams that are coming up. Due to COVID, we actually have a lot more exams on the weekend, so we don't want to burn out our people too much. But we do need those people. It's already been budgeted for this year to like have the more people there. So it's mainly just having bodies be there for us. So I just wanted to add 2 more.
Is this expanding the pool, or is this
It would
actually?
be,
It would be expanding the pool.
yeah.
And you anticipate having a lot of civil service exams in 2021?
Yes.
Okay. I know that there's been a lot back ordered, so hopefully we'll be seeing quite a few of those.
Yeah. We hope to start them back in May. Also, in May 1st.
Okay. Moved by Dave. Seconded by Don. Any questions? Look, Dave?
Technically, you're adding 2 slots to the staffing pattern, which then she can find people to put into them, correct?
Yes.
And you're basically, no matter if you had 2 slots, 8 slots, or 26 slots, you're going to have the proctors you need for your exams. This just
Right.
gives you a bigger pool to choose from so you can do more tests.
Right.
Okay. All right, any questions for Danielle? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I think we got a couple others. Danielle, have you got something to bring up? Because I got a couple things.
The public safety grade change.
Right.
I believe Tim brought that to his committee and it was moved to ours. The grade change for their per diem communication officer from a grade 10 to a grade 13. I believe it was due to just kind of making them at same level as the communication officers.
Right, as I recall from Don's meeting, it was so that everything was equitable, so that the per diems were paid on par with the regular workers.
Yes.
And I think it's a matter of a penny or two. There's a difference there. So it got moved from public safety to personnel, and this would be a change in the per diems from a grade 10 to a grade 13. Moved by Dave, seconded by Don. Discussion. Sue.
Refresh my memory, Matt, on this. This was per diem, somewhat like subcontractors. The other criteria that we talked about during the pandemic was whether the pay scale would go up to, so that they wouldn't have to take outside employment. Am I remembering this correctly?
I believe that was for the full-time regular communication workers. I think there was, Brian?
I'm on.
Was it? Glenn, you want to answer that?
Yes, that's two separate areas.
Right.
So one's the increase was for the full-time. We can't limit a per diem with outside employment. So this is just to bring the per diem, who are our backfillers, up to the same level as the people that they're backfilling and have the same exact duties, responsibilities, and training.
That's what I was thinking, Glenn, but I wasn't absolutely sure. So thank you for the clarification.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate it.
You want to jump in, Melissa? It says you're not muted, but we still can't hear you. Is your microphone, check the bottom corner, see if your microphone's clicked on? Or you can come down the hall and see us. Want to try again, Melissa? Oh, gotcha. We're all set. All right.
Have to bring this up to IT next.
Okay, what else you got, Danielle?
That was all that I had.
Okay, the only other thing that I had to bring up was we had done some looking into the staffing pattern in the budget, which are supposed to line up so that everything in the staffing pattern is budgeted for, everything is budgeted for is in the staffing pattern. And the reason it came up is because Deb Donahue brought up that she wants to talk about some reorganization in DPW in her office and changing the staffing pattern there. We did find that the DPW position, which is
The
in
deputy.
the staffing pattern, but not budgeted for. That shouldn't be the case. We either need to budget for it or we need to take it out of the staffing pattern. But instead of discussing it today, I think we'll just bump it back to Jay's committee so that when Deb brings her reorganization, we'll address all those staffing pattern changes all at once. Does that make sense, Danielle?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
And I am working with Deb too, to be prepared for her next meeting as well.
Right.
Yep.
So for the DPW meeting at the end of the month, there'll be a
Yeah.
presentation on how she wants to structure things.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I didn't have anything else, Danielle, did you?
No, I'm all set, I think. I think Al might have something.
Yeah, the hand from beyond is here to talk.
So I just have a informational item for the committee. As most of you probably are aware, the sheriffs, lieutenants, and deputies get a uniform allowance through Galls for their uniforms, where they set up an account with Galls and then they buy the shirts and pants and everything that they need to equip themselves. The recent addition of the new lieutenant, that lieutenant is going to be in street clothes, not in uniform. So I just wanted to make the committee aware that instead of being paid through a 0.4 in their Galls account, it'll be done as a uniform allowance like the investigators are done through her paycheck. So I just wanted to kind of, for the interest of transparency, I wanted to let you know she's getting her uniform allowance, just getting it a different way. It'll be going through as we do with the investigators instead of how we do with the other lieutenants, because she'll be in street clothes.
Any questions for Al on that? All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Anybody? Oh, there's Jim.
You want to accept the minutes from the February meeting?
Were Were they good minutes? Did you read them? Are they good?
Yeah, they're very good.
All right, so Jim's moving that we accept the minutes. Seconded by Brian.
We knew there was a reason you came in tonight.
All in favor? Opposed?
I didn't want to add more work for
It
you.
was so long I got distracted. It was such a long agenda that I got distracted, Jim.
A lot of those things were in one motion.
I know. Okay, what else do we have before the Personnel Committee this morning? In that case, I can adjourn and turn it right over to IT. Okay, so
I feel more comfortable sharing space, so I'm gonna come up there.
Okay.
You get your shot yet, Matt?
What's that?
You get your shot yet?
Yeah, I gotta take your shot. I gotta take you move the microphone.
You're supposed to wipe everything down before.
Well, it's good. I wanted to be outside in the nice warm sunshine anyway. That's Lower Washington County over there. Is it? I'm not really that familiar with it. Where is that again?
It's actually Jay's backyard, it's, Jackson.
No kidding.
Still waiting on Terry. Is that Terry in the Washington County Board? Okay, there she is. She's on.
I'm here.
All right, let's call this March 9th IT committee meeting to order. First motion of business is to accept the meeting minutes from the February 9th meeting. Motion to accept by Dan, second by Sue. Any comments? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Carries. Excellent. All right, next piece of business, Roger Wicks with the cybersecurity update.
Good morning, everyone. It's been a fairly routine, if there is such a thing, cybersecurity month for us. They keep rattling the gates, but so far nobody's gotten in, fortunately. Elections are ramping up again in terms of some of the programs that we're doing for them. And we're still getting pounded by the email scams and things like that. And then Karen just sent out a notice the other day that there was a possible vulnerability in Windows. It didn't apply to us, but it could apply to a lot of people that use other versions of it, and to heighten our awareness of emails and things that we're getting from other people. Because now instead of direct contact or direct attempts at us, there seem to be a lot of things coming at us from different areas, which I don't think are specifically directed toward us, but just are a factor of folks will try any way they can to get around systems and get into other systems. So you should have your report. February was down in terms of potential incidents and ticketed incidents. But again, I think the severity of them continues to go up. So it's kind of an inverse curve in a way. Other than some fairly routine things, we seem to be chugging right along here. We're working on another grant for next year. That'll be our third in a row if we get it. So I know she's busy doing that, but other than that, it's been, I don't want to use that dreaded Q word, but it's been fairly routine for this month.
All right, thanks, Roger. Any comments, questions for Roger? None? All right, thank you very much. Moving on to Terry, and we're going to start out with projects first, Terry. You're muted.
Sorry about that.
You're good now, thank you, no problem.
I think projects would be a great place to start. You all should have the project spreadsheet. You'll see that there's two actually large projects that we just completed off of there, which is a very good thing. The other projects continue. I don't know if anybody has any questions about any of them or if you'd like me to run through.
Go through real quick, Terry. Just highlights.
Sure. So highlights, the two projects that we just completed are we've installed all new routers, access points in all of the DPW barns. So they're all up and running with a new setup, which has really helped a lot with the CompuSpread. It's a little late at this point, but it certainly will make our life easier next year for connecting the trucks with a Wi-Fi system out there. It also went hand in hand with the gas project. So all of the gas pumps now are talking over wireless and hardwired connection, no more dial-up modems. We were able to shut off all the phone lines, copper phone lines that are out there, and upgrade the Windows PC in-house. So that was one of our last holdouts for Windows 7 computers. So we now have them up and running on the new system. So I thought that was a really good team project between DPW staff and IT. The other things we have in motion are the GIS server replacement, which is actually the spin up of about 5 new servers to be able to replace that. What they have existing, which is the public facing GIS. Patrol car upgrade, we're in the process of right now. That's actually an ask that I have right after this, is for, unfortunately, costs have gone up a little bit in terms of IT equipment. And we are about $9,700 short on that project. And I'd like to request that be moved to finance. I suppose I could always do that now since we're talking about it, to have that taken from the contingency in finance, or the project contingency.
I entertain a motion, move that to finance. So moved by Don, second by Paul. Any discussion? All right, you got it now, Brian. Thanks, Terry.
Thanks. And mobile device management is in process. We've got some devices we're testing now. We're focusing on DSS to start with on that. And the software installation is moving forward. We have, we've just received the phones this week and we've started rolling them out yesterday. So that is moving forward and we'll be starting training on that once we get the first group rolled out. One question I did have for the group is one thing I've been focusing on the project updates are the larger projects we do in our department. I don't talk much at all about the smaller projects, and I don't know if there's any interest in hearing about them or whether we just continue to move forward with some of the larger projects. Some of the smaller projects, the things I don't talk about, are application updates, things that are more, I guess, day to day, even the imaging of the loaner laptops and those type of things that we do. And I just wanted to put that out there, I guess, to everybody to see. I want to make sure that I continue to keep you folks up to date on what's going on. I don't want to inundate you with minutia, but I guess I just wanted to see if there was any interest in learning about more things or whether we just continue on course and focus on the bigger projects.
I think my take on it is if there's anything that's a hurdle or something that's tripping us up is something to discuss. Otherwise, we respect the expertise that you bring. And that being said, I would not focus on the minutia, but if there is stuff that needs to be brought up, that go ahead and bring that up, Terry. Any input from any other supervisors? No, sounds like I'm right on board with them. So awesome.
Perfect. Okay, so that's it on the projects.
All right, and I'm sorry?
Yes, Bob, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bob. We're not hearing you either, Bob. No?
Here's the good thing, we didn't hear that comment.
All right, sorry, Bob.
Terry, you gotta send the people out to fix their computers, make sure they can call in.
Oh, I think
Looks like they're
Bob
hoping
might be- I saw him on mute, but yeah.
He's going on and off mute, so.
And then build the towns.
Yeah. Type it in the chat, Bob, if you want.
Hope there's no emojis in there.
There's one. I'm gonna start playing the Jeopardy music for you, Bob. Is it a county computer? No. Just wondering if the patrol cars were just a problem with different makes this year, or if we had to plan on extra money in next year's budget.
No, the patrol cars are just router upgrades for this year.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else on projects, Terry? Any other questions for Terry on projects? Paul, do you have a question? No, just your hand. All right. And next, Terry, you wanted to review the assessment, correct?
Yes, that was the last thing that I had. And I believe I would request an executive session to do that. I'm not sure. But I don't have anything other than that.
Just to be clear on the terminology for executive session, it's going to executive session to discuss matters or...
Yeah, our confidential matters because of our, it affects our computer and therefore our security posture. So when she says assessment, it's the assessment of our operations and everything that we had a couple of years ago now, right, Terry? So I think she wants to talk about the status of it. So that would talk about some of our proprietary systems and how they interact and might enable somebody with nefarious purposes to utilize that information. That's why we do it in executive session.
Thank you, Roger. Motion to go into executive session. Motion by Don, second by Dana Hogan. All in favor?